Hello everyone, welcome to another video on our channel Ruposhi News. We're back with more tributes. In this video, we have a list of American legends who passed away in the last few days or just recently. Number 1. Dr. Philip Zimbardo. The psychologist who conducted the contentious Stanford prison experiment, which looked at the psychological effects of incarceration, Philip G. Zimbardo, passed away. He was 91. On Friday, Stanford University revealed that Zimbardo passed away at his San Francisco residence on October 14th. There was no cause of death mentioned. In the 1971 prison research, male college students were enlisted by Zimbardo and a group of graduate students to spend 2 weeks in a fake prison located in a building's basement on the Stanford campus. According to a Stanford statement, the study was terminated after 6 days because the students portraying guards developed psychological abuse, while those portraying prisoners had anxiety, emotional depression, and wrath. Zimbardo came under fire for assuming the position of superintendent, which turned him from an impartial observer into an active participant in the study. Zimbardo and one of the graduate students involved in the investigation would go on to co-write, "The outcome of our study was shocking and unexpected." According to Stanford, the experiment is currently utilized in psychology schools to examine the ethics of psychological research involving human participants as well as the psychology of evil. According to Stanford, Zimbardo also studied cults, persuasion, hypnosis, shyness, time perspective, generosity, and compassion. We are often unaware of the tremendous power which social situations exert upon us to shape, guide, and manipulate our behavior. He is survived by his wife, 3 children, and 4 grandchildren. 3 children, 4 grandchildren, and his wife, Christina Maslach Zimbardo, survive him. Number 2. Rick Nolan. According to his wife, former Representative Rick Nolan, a Democrat who served in 2 distinct congressional districts in Minnesota over a 30-year period, passed away on Friday. He was 80 years old. According to Mary Nolan, her husband passed away at their Nisswa home due to cardiac problems. He was not revived by paramedics. He was out last week campaigning for Democratic candidates on the Iron Range, and he had been active until the end, she claimed, adding that he had been mowing trails on their property for the deer hunting season for the previous 2 days. Until the very end, his passion for justice never ceased, she said. The 6th District, which at the time spanned from east-central Minnesota to the southwest corner of the state, was represented by Rick Nolan, who was running for Congress for the 2nd time in 1974. In 1980, when he broke with many Democrats and supported Senator Ted Kennedy over President Jimmy Carter's re-election campaign, he served 3 terms but did not run for re-election. 3 decades later, in 2012, Nolan made a comeback to electoral politics by defeating Republican Representative Chip Kravac in the 8th District, which runs from the Canadian border to the northern outskirts of the Minneapolis-St. Paul metro area. Even though Donald Trump won the district by more than 15 percentage points in 2016, he managed to win 3 close contests. "Now is the time for me to pass the baton to the next generation," he stated when he announced his retirement in 2018. Nolan, however, wasn't finished with politics. He served as Attorney General Lori Swanson's running mate during that year's losing gubernatorial campaign. Current Governor Tim Walz, who tweeted on Wednesday that Nolan's speeches could blow the lid off the roof, defeated them in the Democratic primary. Other Democrats contributed tributes as well. "Rick was a unique leader with his thunderous voice and passion for the people," stated U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar. "He was the child who made a comeback. When he was sworn in again at age 69, he was one of the oldest freshmen in Congress, having previously been among the youngest. He never lost his roots and was the epitome of an outdoor enthusiast and hard worker." Nolan was described as a champion for the Northland who fought fiercely to protect working people from corporate interests by Ken Martin, the state chair of the Democratic Farmer Labor Party, which is the official name of the Democratic Party in Minnesota. He served as an ambassador for the DFL's belief that we all do better when we all do better from Ely to Duluth. A dedicated public servant who loved the Northland, he was a true Minnesotan. One need look no further than his hot dish competition, where he'd share sap that he harvested, venison that he hunted, and wild rice that he gathered with his own hands, said U.S. Rep. Betty McCollum, who served as the dean of the state's congressional delegation. Plans for the funeral are still pending. Number 3. Cindy Charles. According to her husband, Ricky Fishman, Cindy Charles, the head of music on Twitch and a seasoned veteran of digital music, passed away on Monday from injuries sustained in a car accident in the Netherlands. Her age was 69. Charles led the team that produced the livestream of Charli XCX's album preview at Storm King in upstate New York earlier this month. Among his many other achievements, Charles was instrumental in creating Twitch's DJ category, which made it the first platform for DJs to legally live stream, including licensing agreements with all three major labels and numerous independent labels represented by Merlin. She was in the Netherlands to give a speech at the dance event in Amsterdam. "Anyone who uses music on Twitch owes a debt of gratitude to Cindy's work," stated Daniel Clancy, the CEO of Twitch, on social media. Despite negotiating unparalleled music licensing deals, she never failed to have a smile on her face. "Cindy was more than just Twitch's head of music. She was the heart and soul of our team, and a force for good in everything she touched," said her friend and co-worker Kira Karlstrom in a Medium post. Charles began working at Twitch, the interactive live streaming website owned by Amazon, in 2018 as a partnerships and operations principal. In April 2022, she was elevated to head of music, where she assumed a prominent position in artist connections, music programming, and music licensing with publishers and labels. Prior to this, she oversaw business development for Amazon's Video Shorts program and Amazon Tickets. She managed the digital legal and business affairs for multiple divisions within MTV Networks, including the MTVI Group, which operated SonicNet, and the interactive divisions of MTV, VH1, and CMT. She also held the positions of Vice President of Law and Business Affairs at Viacom from 1995 to 2002 and Senior Vice President and General Counsel at MediaNet, formerly MusicNet, from 2002 to 2010. For many years, she also had her own digital media consultancy business. Charles, a Queens, New York native, studied political science at the State University of New York at Buffalo before deciding to pursue her father's career as an entertainment lawyer. She graduated from Pace University's Elizabeth Hobbs School of Law with a law degree. She co-founded the San Francisco branch of the nonprofit She Is the Music, served on the advisory boards of Choir, High Five, and Women in Music, and advised the Board of Governors of the Recording Academy. Fishman, her stepson Sam Fishman, and her son Ben Charles survived Charles. Number 4. Arlene Winnick. Over the course of her more than three-decade career, Arlene Winnick, a seasoned Hollywood publicist, worked with clients ranging from Universal Studios Hollywood to the TCL Chinese Theater. She was 77. Publicist Jerry Digney said Winnick was a key member of Solters and Digney and its successor, Digney and Company, Public Relations, and that she passed away in Beverly Hills on October 1st from a protracted illness. Winnick spent almost 30 years in the entertainment business. Early in her career, she contributed to the development of marketing and publicity campaigns for the new home video industry, which included exercise videos with Richard Simmons, Jane Fonda, and Zsa Gabor that were quite popular. She also served as a consultant for the Digney team and a number of independent public relations firms over the years, working on many of its entertainment accounts, such as Ripley's Believe It or Not, Universal Studios Hollywood, Madame Tussauds Hollywood, and Las Vegas, Warner Brothers Studio Tour, the Carousel of Hope Gala, and TCL Chinese Theaters Hollywood. Her last partnerships included handprint footprint ceremonies for James Cameron and John Landau, Keanu Reeves, and the Avengers cast at the TCL Chinese Theater. Along with her work in Hollywood, Winnick has over 35 years of experience in public relations, working on special events and PR for Raffles L'Ermitage Beverly Hills, Beautiful Places, Le Méridien Beverly Hills, now the SLS Hotel, Ranch Web, Paradiso de la Bonita, Ceiba del Mar, and Pacifica Holistic Resort and Spa, Mexico, Wyndham Bel Age, now the London West Hollywood, Madison and Mulholland, luxury events and celebrity gifting, Lake Arrowhead Resort plus Spa, Johnny Walker, and Westlake Village Inn. Winnick has also been a senior writer at LA Arts Online since 2012, where she has reviewed and covered over 50 performances and events. She volunteered at Project Angel Food as well. Winnick was born in Great Neck, New York. Richard Schulenberg, her 20-year boyfriend, passed away before her. Leslie, a daughter-in-law, 2 stepdaughters, Katie and Amy, along with her husband Chris. 7 grandchildren, Jacob, Talia, Harper, Lucy, Eleanor, Callan, and Pono. 2 sons, John and Andrew Gladstone, and a brother, Larry Beer, are among the survivors.